Greetings and welcome to the Prime Directive. I'm your host, Jeff, and my co-host is always Chris. Say hi, Chris.
Hello.
So, Demolition Man.
Yeah.
We should have had Taco Bell, not pizza.
Ooh, we didn't think ahead.
No.
No.
It's the only restaurant that survived the franchise wars.
I really liked the little world that this was building.
Yeah.
I think this was, like, we ran headlong into so many action movie tropes, but I thought it was put together really well. Like, the universe was interesting enough, and it only ever showed you little bits of it.
I love the opening action sequence. I was just like, it just hits hard, it goes. Mm-hmm. Every direction he runs in is just like,
and it is so stereotypical. Like, we are relying on the tropes.
I don't think he even cared. I think it was just like, let's do this, and then we're gonna throw in all these little feature jokes.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, man, 1996 looks rough. I'm not looking forward to that future.
Yeah.
Battles his whole way down, gets through everybody. I like that he's like, the elevator shaft thing was cool. He's like jumping down, guys shooting him. He's like, I'm just gonna keep going. And break through there, go find other people. He's trying to track down these 30 hostages, and that Simon stole.
Mm-hmm.
Later they revealed they were dead, and that's why they didn't show up on thermals.
Mm-hmm. You'd think the coroner could have figured that out.
Yeah, that would be a logical thing. But, you know, back in the future of 1996...
Back in the future.
Could they figure that out?
Who knows? And it doesn't matter.
No.
It doesn't matter at all.
Hey, it is a plot point why he's arrested.
Mm-hmm.
You know, John Spartan's a cop, played by Sylvester Stallone. Wesley Snipes is Simon something.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a bad guy, Simon Phoenix.
Yes.
And, he blows up the whole building after, you know, killing a bunch of people. He's just crazy. He's having a lot of fun in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Is it cold in here? Or is it just me?
The cops are just like, did you make sure they weren't in there? They weren't in there. I did a thorough check. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I think he said thermo because a thorough check was not done.
No. He just scammed it once.
Yeah, he just ran down some hallways.
So he murdered a whole bunch of hostages, apparently, and he has to go to jail for that. This movie has an incredible amount of faith in our public services, but...
Yeah, like, you know, generally, you know, you slap on the wrist. Yeah. You did wrong, you're a cop, it's okay.
That's okay.
That's okay. But you know what?
You'll get him next time.
It's the advanced future of 1996, as I will just keep saying.
Mm-hmm.
And they have cryo prisons.
Yeah.
So they freeze his ass.
And they teach you to knit.
Yeah, they program you when you get rehabilitated.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, you know, you want them not to be bad. You don't fuck up and program them into, like, the art of war.
Yeah.
And all that other stuff they gave Simon.
Mm-hmm.
I love it when later he's got, like, oh, you look terrible. So it's like, oh, nothing a needle and thread won't do. Well, did I just say that?
No, that's cool. You have a cool new ability. They didn't take anything away from you. You can just also sew.
We go to the future. There we see graffiti, and it immediately gets destroyed by electric currents.
Anti-graffiti tech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the graffiti tech that went to the service gets electrocuted.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I thought that thing that popped up, that was going to be like their happy chemical spray or something like that, because we've got, we've got the very dystopian, utopian kind of future, like everybody's happy, but we would recognize that society as being kind of awful.
I feel that's the pill that the guy was working on.
Okay.
You know, the main mayor dude, he had like a pill that his whole plan was to go on, and people weren't compliant enough.
And it was very Brave New World, so the Officer Huxley was very on the nose, but it was the same kind of idea.
She loved studying the past
Mm-hmm.
and had a very entertaining apartment.
Teddy bear.
Simon gets the thought. Does this rehabilitation. He knows all the passwords to get released.
Yep.
He takes the guy's eye.
Yeah.
He uses that for retina scanning.
Mm-hmm.
And then he starts taking some murder, death, kills.
Mm-hmm.
The cops are just like dumbfounded because they're just like, we haven't had
People don't do that.
2010.
What do you mean they do that?
And we're in the year 2032, I think.
Yeah. I am kind of... It doesn't matter at all, but like, where are all the old school people in this? How have they really changed that much?
Yeah.
Like the old rookie guy.
Well, I mean, the mayor, like, talked about the past, so obviously he knew. You had Chef in there from South Park.
Yeah.
He was a cop back. He was the fighter pilot.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You got the people from the past that still know all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get it, Lenina Huxley. Phoenix isn't coded. He was chilled back during the 20th, before they started lowjacking everybody. Declared his own kingdom in South Central L.A. In a bad time, he was the worst.
Got Dennis Leary living underground with a bunch of refugees, living off the land, swearing up a storm like he always does.
No.
Unless he's playing, like, Gwen Stacy's dad. Then he's like, oh, I'm in a superhero picture, I better calm it down. So Simon does some killing, they're all just like, what do we do? And then they send some cops out who ask computers what to do. It's like, what to do? Ask him to lay on the ground, put his hands behind his back, do it more assertive. And it's like, shouldn't there have been some training where you don't have to actually, like, what do I do now?
Well, because they've offloaded all their thinking to the computer.
Yeah.
Like, that's part of the deal.
Landrew.
Approach and repeat ultimatum in an even firmer tone of voice. Add the words, or else.
Simon Phoenix! Lie down on the ground, or else!
Simon kicks the shit out of 6 cops or more, blows up a cop car. They got these little stun batons because they don't have anything else. Yeah, he's gonna go to the museum and get some guns. And then they're like, Senator Bullock's like, we should dethaw John Spartan.
Yeah.
Because Chef's just like, that's the guy that caught him. Oh, well then, logic. We'll dethaw him and, give him knitting abilities. Simon got like 3 times strength abilities.
Apparently, yeah. He looked too strong to begin with, so I'm glad they said something.
When you just like, Jeff, they said 3 times the strength. I was like, I was just kidding when I said he works out. Like.
We're police officers. We're not trained to handle this kind of violence.
Basically adjust him to society there, where he learns swearing, he'll get like a ticket each time. Doesn't know how to use the 3 seashells.
No. I understand that reference now.
Yeah.
I see that a lot.
But do you think he could figure it out?
No. I think the swearing method to generate tickets was good. That was smart.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, nowadays everybody's just like, oh, there goes my socks. That is an option.
Yeah, is that what everybody's like?
Yeah, that's what everybody says.
Okay.
I'm happy that you're happy, but the place where you're supposed to have the toilet paper, you got this little shelf with 3 seashells on it.
He doesn't know how to use the 3 seashells.
Meet up in the museum. Simon just throws people through glass.
I like how they keep everything loaded, so that's nice.
You would want the guns right next to the ammo. It makes sense. And then there was that one future gun. And I like that they explained it. They had the computer being like, oh, electromagnetic pulse travels through this and does this. But it just blew a hole in things.
We barely got to use it.
Yeah.
It didn't really do anything.
He fired an electromagnetic pulse or whatever and it blew a hole, but I would have liked to have seen it go through several objects and be like, this is the power of it. Maybe he could have shot 4 people in a row.
Ooh.
Yeah, that would have been cool. But otherwise it was just like, boom, there it goes. Okay, cool. The best was he shot it and then he's just like, oh my god, I really love this gun. I'm not paying attention to the guy about to tackle me.
Yeah. Oh no, there's so much stupid shit in this movie. There is so much just things of convenience and just poorly planned out. But it was too much fun. I was having too much fun. I don't care.
It is a fun movie. It's well done. It's not like you have to turn your brain off. It is a entertaining movie. And
that's sort of what I was saying about the world being very interesting. I liked trying to figure things out about it and look at all the little details.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that voice sounds familiar. Who is that?
Bad aim, Blondie.
Spartan? John Spartan? Oh shit, they let anybody into this century.
What the hell are you doing here?
Snipe runs across the mayor, wants to shoot him, but he can't because he's been programmed not to. And then Spartan shows up, and it's just like, hey, thanks for saving me. How about we go to dinner? We'll go to Taco Bell.
Everything's Taco Bell. How do they know which Taco Bell to go to?
Just the biggest one, It's a high-class, fancy restaurant where the portions remind me of Cactus Club. And so it's like, how are you ever going to get full on that? And then we get some raiders that are raiding a food truck.
Yep.
And it's Denis Leary's men. And they're all like, dressed as Mad Max guys.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, let's battle this cop who's trying to stop us. And then he's like, go get him. And like 7 or 8 guys go after him. And it's just like, he catches one guy and he's like, please don't. You guys all attacked him.
Get him!
Bullock takes him back to her place, shows her all her collection. Be like, hey, do you want to have sex? And he's just like, what do you mean? And you know what sex is? And he's like,
Apparently he does
yeah,
it.
sure. Let's do it. All right, wait here. Puts a helmet on him. You get some virtual face shots. And you're getting stimulation in your brain, and it's telling you that this is good, but it's also really fucking weird. And he's like, nope. And he starts explaining what sex is supposed to be, and she's like, ew.
We don't do that here, sir.
Yeah, touching. Ew.
That's how you get a cold.
Yeah, I meant to do that. I'm curious of what those other STDs are.
I think they made them all up.
Are you sure?
I'm quite certain.
Because that one with a B, I assumed was butt something.
Oh, like behind the scenes, is there some meaning to these?
Oh, no, I just mean they're like, STD, sexually transmitted disease, and there's like a B something, and I was just like, butt something tuberculosis?
Butt tuberculosis. Yeah, there you go.
It's transferable.
The wild mambo, the hunka chunka.
That is no longer done. The exchange of bodily fluids, do you know what that leads to?
Yeah, I do. Kids, smoking, a desire to raid the fridge.
The rampant exchange of bodily fluids was one of the major reasons for the downfall of society.
He tries to make a move again, and she's like, leave! And then he goes into his little apartment and knits her sweater as an apology.
It was a nice sweater.
Yeah,
And
she sniffed it a lot.
He can knit fast.
Yeah, he can.
That was a fat job.
Well, he's been given some skills.
Yeah, he's the ultimate knitter.
Yeah, I mean, even people that are professional knitters, I don't think go that fast. But
this is the power. This is the power of that
well, he's got all
technology.
the, a professional knitter doesn't work out as much as him. He's got all that muscle.
Yeah.
So you add muscle to knitting.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I mean, you might have some flexibility issues, but
those needles are just flying, man.
Yeah.
It means nothing to him.
Detective?
Listen, I'm sorry about last night. You sure I made this for you?
For me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm disappointed the sweater didn't become plot relevant at some point.
It was.
I wanted him to use the power of knitting for something at some point.
Oh, you could have stabbed somebody with a knitting needle?
Yeah.
Yeah. The mayor meets with Simon a few times. Illuminate, de-illuminate, changes his lights. Asks for some friends to beat the thought, but none of those fuckers from New York because they're uptight.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, sure, go ahead. He's just going along with this shit.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't everybody doesn't understand how things used to be. Even the guy in charge. He's so steeped into this.
Well, he's older. He's older, so he should.
Yeah, but he's so steeped in this docile, calm world.
I think he just expects that he can
guys.
control everybody.
Yeah.
That he's thawing and that he can put it all back.
Because he's used to controlling everybody.
But Simon's not gonna get controlled. And then I like how when Simon's got his guys there, he's just like, oh, I can't shoot him. You do it. And then they threw him on the spit roast.
Yeah, just unceremoniously onto the fire.
Yeah.
Will you please kill him? It's pissing me off.
Programmed to kill Denis Leary.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes into sewers. Spartan goes into sewers with Benjamin Bratt, Sandra Bullock.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Bratt gets knocked out, like beat up and knocked out, and then like next he's just wearing like Mad Max armor and swearing. It's just like, you've done nothing with those people other than follow them back up to the surface.
Yep, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm a rebel now.
Yeah, poor guy. They're all so cute. They're easily swayed.
Yeah, it's the future.
Just don't ask where the meat comes from.
Huxley, what's that supposed to mean?
Do you see any cows around here, Detective?
¿Qué es esta carne?
Esta carne es de rata.
This is a rat burger. It's the best burger I've had in years.
Stallone drinks Bud Light.
You know, some kind of beer.
And
a rat burger.
And a rat burger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, best rat burger he's had.
Mm-hmm.
Would you?
I mean, I guess if it was that or Taco Bell, what's the diff?
Well, I mean, Taco Bell looked like it was just like some seasonings, and some sliced little condiments.
I meant like current day Taco Bell.
Oh,
yeah.
Well.
What's the diff?
I'm not eating Taco Bell anymore. I mean, the building's a bit shady, but there's train tracks behind it, a little like shrubbery. I'm sure lots of rats are in there. You just ruined it for me. Thanks. Oni Metrotown Taco Bell.
There you go.
We see a sweet car from the past.
Wow.
I will say I really liked all these futuristic electric cars.
Yeah, the designs are actually pretty neat.
Like, considering it was 1993, neat. So
Yeah.
you pulled that off and made them all look and sound realistic.
Yeah, they don't look stupid watching them today.
Like some of ours.
Yeah, there are stupider electric vehicles on the road currently than there were in this movie.
We have self-drive, which really comes in handy during like fight scenes.
Yep.
Emergency! Doors open!
Doors opening.
Say hello to my little friend!
You know, you scoffed at this, but I liked it when they're just like, this elevator goes up.
I didn't realize it was the car elevator. And so obviously, yeah, this car that we've just run into with no explanation as to why it's here.
It's Dennis Leary's car.
Great.
He collects.
And obviously, it just has an elevator that connects to the bottom of a car dealership, and we drive it out there, and it's part of our chase.
Through the floor.
Of course.
Through the floor.
Of course it is.
It's great.
Why not? I don't give a shit. I was having fun.
Yeah.
Okay, now what?
Buckle up.
Chase scene. Teaches Sandra Bullock how to drive.
Mm-hmm.
Jumps on top of the car, which is what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets into the car after throwing Simon from it and crashes horribly, but then gets marshmallow. Yeah, it just, instead of an airbag, it just fills up with marshmallow.
Try not to breathe it.
Yeah, and then styrofoam in there. It's like being inside the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Go to the crowd place, because I guess Simon's gonna unthaw every criminal there is. Even Dahmer.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize we froze him.
I guess he was still alive at that time. He died in prison. I don't know when.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, he was alive and they froze him, so he's still he's still out there, Chris.
Okay.
Because we haven't hit 2032. These events have not occurred.
Oh, I see.
And then, they have a big battle there. Sandra Bullock's kicking people because she watched a lot of Jackie Chan movies.
Yeah, this film really liked quoting and referencing other films. And I thought that was kind of cute.
Yeah, there was a lot of reading into things like books from the Schwarzenegger Presidential Library.
Yeah. Very close. They got close.
Well, what is it? Article 61 or something, where a foreigner could be made into a president.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see that, because I'm pretty sure he could have done a great job.
I think he did all right in California. I wasn't paying a lot of attention.
I was not either, but I know in the beginning he did not. But I believe he probably adjusted.
Okay.
And if you listen to him talk now, he throws out some nice speeches. Yep. And I would never pick on him.
I wouldn't dare.
Well, we attacked America the other day, you know, in their face. Who's their president, by the way? Schwarzenegger, the guy from the movies. Oh, fuck. He always gets revenge.
Shows up himself.
Yeah. Him, a predator behind him. Just like, all right, we're here to talk or fight. You decide. Does the grabby claw.
Yeah, just do the claw game. It just gets him.
And then he shoots at him a lot with his machine gun and misses a lot with his machine gun.
Everyone was terrible with their guns. Like even when they had the total drop on Stallone.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's like four of them and they're like above them, they're just chilling down there at this little restaurant.
No idea.
And they're like, and it's like, cover, let's get cover.
2 for the price of 1. Let's take them, boys.
Guns suck.
I mean, he was really accurate at the start when he's running through that building, and then it was just
I don't think he made any shots after that.
Maybe it became PG-13.
Maybe.
I mean, they did show us an accidental phone call with boobs, so I always assume that's an R. Especially all the swear words, gotta be an R. But yeah, no accuracy whatsoever. It's just like firing your guns up in the air and saying, you ever do that?
No, I've never.
Oh, you should try it. It's fun.
Where the hell did you learn to kick like that?
Oh, Jackie Chan movies?
Some brutal landings on some giant blocks of ice cubes. Eventually he used this little freezing stick and froze the whole room.
Yeah, and the mechanics of it made total sense, and I have no complaints.
Well, I got it when it was in the water.
Yeah.
And I did have a question because like for a minute there he like didn't have water in there at the surface level. So like if his head wasn't in there, would that have froze? But then this solved that by telling me it's gonna freeze everything it's inside of, unless you're hanging from a cloth. But
yeah. Well, it had to travel. It had a travel time.
Yeah.
Right. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad because you are my science expert, and if you tell me it's fine, I assume it's fine.
I'm choosing not to have any problems with that scene.
We got a frozen Wesley Snipes and his head falls off. I'm like, it's the future, we can fix it. And then it shatters.
I probably can't fix that.
And there's some meticulous people with glue.
Hands up!
No hasta la vista. They probably should have like, don't lose your head or something stupid like that.
Yeah. That's not how you get ahead in life.
I enjoyed a lot of Sandra Bullock's little misinterpreted catchphrases. Let's go blow him up, blow him away. Anything.
She has the films, and I wonder if they're just very censored.
Yeah, maybe.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, let's go lick his ass. Kick his ass. Kick. Put 2 and 2 together. Think about what you just said. The building's been blown up. Every building I think he entered was blown up, except maybe the police building and Taco Bell, which still was kind of attacked. And movie ends with some little kissing. Little kissing. Bodily exchange of fluids in the mouth.
Lewd.
She's just like, is all bodily exchanges of fluids good? And he's like, better.
Yeah.
Better. I don't know. Kissing's pretty good.
My. Are all fluid transfer activities like this?
Better.
Recap things you like, Chris. Final thought, man.
Yeah, my favorite thing about this movie was just the general vibes. This was a vibes movie. I thought the future was really interesting. Like I said, we were borrowing a lot, I think, from Huxley and Brave New World, so we've got the very big call out with the name of the police officer. I like how we don't have to have endless sequels to everything. Like, a lot of the mystique of this movie would be ruined by Demolition Man 2, which I'm assuming doesn't exist.
I was thinking about that, and I was just like, they never, I'm pretty sure he dies at the end. And I'm like, yep, he died at the end.
Mm-hmm. So I like all the thought and all there was so much neat stuff in the background and little things to observe about this world they've built, and I thought it was really cool.
Yeah. I thought there was quite the cast in this, although, like, I value a cast with its B-movie actors as well, or, not necessarily B as in, like, a bad movie actor, but, like, not like an A-lister. Mm-hmm. Like, I would say Sandra Bullock, probably A-lister. Mm-hmm. But, like, Benjamin Bratt, solid actor, been in a ton of shit. Mm-hmm. Roy Snyder, constant sidekick of Sylvester Stallone, even in Judge Dredd. Mm-hmm. Chef, like, all these, like, good character actors that show up in other things. Like, when you have a cast just full of that, it makes it so much better.
Full of professional.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You don't get any, like, weird line deliveries that tell you this person's never acted before.
Simon Phoenix knows he has some competition. He's finally matched his meat. You really licked his ass.
That's met his match and kicked his ass.
So many, like, just cute little things, like the 3 seashells and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And how come people aren't programmed with that? Knowledge.
Yeah, why don't we program with knitting? And
I knitted some toilet paper, but I still don't know how to use these shells.
Yeah.
Fun movie. One of Stallone's best.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as always, guys, thanks for watching. We'll have Star Trek in October?
I think so. I think it's pretty soon.
Some Lower Decks.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Till then.